Hey, it's Bill here. Premier League Night 7, and I will tell you my Premier League performance so far has not been premier in the least. It's been awful. I admit it. It's been dreadful. Awful. I don't know. I got to go back to the drawing board and figure this out. I will attempt in week 7. Now, I will state this before I even get going here. I'm bored. I just am. The only thing that's going to give this night anything to maybe look at is it's in Rotterdam. So you'll have them chanting Barney Arme, when Barney's not even there. So MVG will have, I guess, the cheering squad when he's playing his games. What else? I'm going to see what I think I'm going to see another Peter Wright, Gary Anderson semifinal. And I'm going to see what I think will be another Gary Anderson, Peter Wright final the next week, or semifinal. I believe after this week they seed them. And if I take a look at the seeds, I think it lines up again, depending on what the results are this week. I think someone showed a stat that there could be six possible Gary Anderson, Peter Wright semifinals, semifinals. I don't think that's a bad thing, but every week, this is where the format just loses it for me. I don't like it. I get though you get a winner on the night. I kind of like that. But you need to put a little bit. If you would have done the Premier League and had the same players playing each other all the time, it was good to see that one battle. I get it. So I want to see 12 players. The 4 players that lose the week drop out, 4 new players come in. Same thing keeps going. So the max you're out as a player is out 2 weeks. And if you lose the first round, you get a definite penalty for losing that first round. I get it. You pay your seats in Rotterdam, and you don't have MVG there. So maybe you make Rotterdam the first week so you guarantee MVG's there. I don't know. I just don't. I'm bored. Now, if you're at the arena, I'm sure it's a fantastic time, and that's what I'm saying, all the people that are going to the arena. But on TV, I can't suspect the ratings are going to keep going well. I just can't. I'm going to watch it. I'm a diehard darts fan. I am. I'm going to watch it. But the excitement's gone down for me. It went down for me before. But let's go through the picks. I do have a bet. I didn't bet last week. I do have a bet that I really like. So hopefully I've lost enough money on the Premier League. I made a lot back on the European Tour the other week, but Premier League has not been a hunting ground for me, that's for sure. I feel like John Part or Mark Webster of Premier League not getting many wins. Let me go through the picks. So first game up, Peter Wright, James Wade. I want no part of betting on this game at all. You flip a coin. Peter Wright's form looks to be off. He didn't even win on the weekend. He lost to Andrew Gilding and I forget what the other one was, Steve West, in the first round. Not very good. James Wade didn't have a very good weekend either. I thought both of them struggled last week. I don't know. I don't want to take any of them. I don't think any of them are going to win. But one of them has to win. So I'll go with Peter Wright, who's the world champion. I guess he gets over the line against Mr. Personality 6'4". I do like this game. Gary Anderson, Joe Cullen. Joe Cullen's throw for me, everything's low. It's all being dragged low. He couldn't hit a triple 20, and then he went to the 19 low. Everything was low. He was not high all the time. He did have a run in one of the Players' Championships, but if you look at the averages, they're not fantastic. I like Gary Anderson, he nearly Players' Championship 5. Who did he beat? MVG in the second round. Jason Lowe first round, Chris Dobie, Rob Cross. They just beat great players all the way and then lost to David Head in the final. But he played fantastic. I think he carries that form. Gary Anderson to win this one 6-3. He'll be part of my bet. Next game up, Gerwin Price, Johnny Clayton. Again, I'm going to bet on this one. I don't like Johnny Clayton's form lately. He's not hitting the 140s like he normally does. And Gerwin Price is, he had a really good first round. I think he'll get maybe later rounds he might find an issue, but I think Price is ready. He took a rest. He played pretty well first week, and he played really good for the first 4 games against Michael Smith. and then it went downhill. So gonna take Gerwin Price to win this one 6-4. That'll be part of my bet. And the last one, MVG Michael Smith. The crowd's gonna be pro MVG. I don't see MVG losing this one, so I see him winning this one 6-3, which does set up a nice MVG Price semifinal in Rotterdam, but we'll get to that in just a sec. So my semifinals, surprisingly, Anderson Wright. And I'm going to take it the same result that happened last week, Anderson to win. I like him to win this one 6-4. Gerwin Price MVG. Part of me wants to go MVG because Gerwin Price will blame the crowd. Trust me, the crowd ain't going to be good to you on this one. So maybe he takes it as a little bit of an insult. He knows the crowd's going to be against him. Like, I don't think he's going to guess on this one. Anyone against MVG, you could probably play Santa Claus up against MVG, and of course they're going to cheer for the home crowd, just like they did for you when you were in Wales. So, but I just, for some reason, I like Price to win this one. Price to win this one 6-3. MVG maybe feels a little bit too much pressure in front of his home crowd. And that sets up a Gerwin Price, Gary Anderson final. And I'm going to go Gerwin Price to win this one, 6-4. So Gerwin Price to win the night in Rotterdam. Yeah, the guy who's been injured and not playing, I'm going to pick him. Yeah, why not? I haven't been able to pick anyone else who wins. For my bet, I'm going to do a 2-team parlay, and I like it. It's Gary Anderson over Joe Cullen and Gerwin Price over Johnny Clayton. So that pays nearly 3 times my money. So I like that. I'll take that every day. So I like Gary Anderson over Joe Cullen and Gerwin Price over Johnny Clayton in my parlay. Let's see how I do. I can't do any worse. I think I only got 1 game last week, 1 game the week before. I'll get there someday. Cheers.